Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. Right, I want to be really slow today. I suppose it's going to have to be 9, isn't it? But yeah, I've had quite a difficult lunchtime running on the track, so I'm quite tired. But you know, 30 seconds. This is our Wednesday group social. I say our like it's a regular thing. We just looked at the schedule tonight and thought there's not a lot on really, is there? So Clive has created this 10k social, so we'll just have a nice little run around. 10k. Marcus is here, Clive Finnimore's here, Sebastian's here, John Heaton, Adam Koffler, Trev Wilson, Tina Beard is watching, Leo is running. I think Leo's running. Anyway, I'm going to start at 9. Marcus wants us to go at Marcus wants us to go at 10 kilometers an hour, but at 15% elevation. I don't actually have 15% elevation on my treadmill. Paul Hayward's with us, Stephen Smith is with us, Amy Green's there, Carol Rushworth is there. Hi guys, nice to have the regular crowd with us. Clive is bringing up the rear, apparently. That's because he wants to go even slower than me. Clive is bringing up the rear because he wants to go even slower than me. Why does voice to text always translate Clive as doctor? Every time, isn't it? Every time. Oh, that is making a noise. Even at this slow speed, my treadmill is now making a weird noise. This is not good. Jonathan Cost is going to be annoyed with me because I said I would have a look at my treadmill this afternoon, and I haven't done. But I don't intend to go very fast at all. I'm quite happy going at a nice slow pace for the whole run. Keith, hello Keith. He says, I've got a question. In one of your YouTube videos, you review insoles. I just bought Hoka Bondi 7s and the insoles are pinching my foot. Have you ever replaced the insoles in a Hoka? Yeah, always. I always replace my Hoka insoles with my Enator insoles. Now, some people are getting on very well with Enator insoles, but there have been one or two people who've said they haven't suited them. No, I haven't, Jonathan, no. I'm sorry. I just didn't have to. Well, I would say I didn't have time. I didn't get round to it. Let's put it that way. Clive Finnemore says he loves his Enators. I think Sebastian's got some Enators as well. But I know there were one or two people I've spoken to. I think Jeff Partridge doesn't get on well with his Enators. Oh, Sebastian says, look at my Facebook message. He's disassembled his Myron. Is that right, Sebastian? Wow. Tina Beard says, calling Clive Doctor, it sounds like a Carry On film when you say Doctor brings up the rear. Tina, I never thought you had a mind like that. Get your mind out of the gutter. Right, Sebastian's treadmill is really noisy now as well. Mine made a couple of noises right at the beginning. Now it's kind of normal again. At this speed, I haven't been having any problems with it. It's only when you get above like 14 or 15 kilometers per hour that it starts to slip and slide. Jonathan has suggested tightening the belt, so I'll definitely get round to that in the next 24, 48 hours or so. So we're doing 10k. This time last week we were doing 10k for Tina Beard, who happily has had her operation and is out of hospital at home, lounging about, watching us. So all the best to you, Tina. Hope your recovery goes well, but she will be out of action for quite a few weeks. John Heaton says, Noble are sending me a replacement rear roller as it's making a strange noise. Sebastian's going to come over and repair my treadmill, he says. It might be cheaper. It might be cheaper for the actual engineers from London to come than for you to come, Seb. Jonathan says it will literally take me 10 minutes. Okay. I promise I'll have a look at it tomorrow. I promise. I guess it's just because I knew I knew tonight I was going to go really slow. I had other things that I was doing. Gosh, I had a long old session this morning stroke afternoon. Oh, kind of lunchtime-ish. Went to the track and did about 10 miles on the track of kind of 1 mile repeats basically, but at different cadences. Same speed, 800 meter reps. No, not 800 meter, 1600 meter reps. So 4 laps of the track, about 5 or 6 times. Oh, right. Tina says, don't over tighten it though. A whole other set of problems. Okay. Jonathan says, our treadmill is almost a year old, and every couple of months I give the bolts an 1/8 of a turn. Paul Deering says, Jonathan, if you ever see Stephen on one of your flights, just tell him you haven't bothered doing any pre-flight checks. Yeah, but in that instance, he has 300 people's lives in his hands. I've only got myself to blame and myself to injure. Right, Marcus says, what did your results show? Okay, so when I was doing it, it was a bit confusing and I wasn't very happy with what I was getting. But looking at the results on paper, on the spreadsheet at the end, there is a little bit of a pattern. So it seems like when you run at a very slow cadence, or when you run at a very fast cadence, the stride footboard does seem to speed up. And then when you run in the middle, so my standard cadence is around 170 to 180, it goes too slow. So there must be like a sweet spot, a sweet cadence spot, or it's a sweet stride length that actually that's something I could look at. I had a couple of odd results, so it might be worth looking at the stride length on those results to see if they're the same. Because I ran, so a couple of the reps, I ran at different cadences, but the distance was the same. But it might be something to do with my stride length, so we'll see. Anyway, 1 kilometre done. So there we go. I'll put the spreadsheet on the Stride community runners. You know, the one I made, whatever one that is. I'll put the results on there. It's not massively conclusive, but it does seem to indicate that the slower your cadence, or the longer your stride length, the faster the stride footpod reads, or the shorter your cadence and the faster your cadence and the shorter your stride length, the faster the stride reads. The slower your cadence and the longer your stride length, the faster the stride reads. And in the middle, it goes down and slows down. 3-finger rule for belt tension. Yeah, as long as I can get 3 fingers under horizontally, that's about right. Okay. You know, Jonathan, you know I'm going to make a video about this and make out that it was all my idea and my working out, don't you? I'm not going to credit you at all. I'm just going to make out that I'm like, you know, I'm the boffin of treadmills. Right, so much for being the leader and the back marker. Clive and I are basically together. Oh dear. Paul Hayward's had a towel fallen on his treadmill belt. You'll note that I don't have the doors open, so it's getting steamy hot in here. Marcus Holmes is already a minute ahead. Going at about 11 kilometres an hour, I'd say, at a guess. John Hepplewhite is going at 10 kilometres an hour. Amy Green is just a bit ahead of us with Carol and John Heaton. They're all going the same speed as me. Marcus is trying to finish in an hour. You'll easily finish in an hour. You're going faster than that already. 6 kilometres an hour, 6 minutes per kilometre is 1 hour, isn't it? I'm tempted to ask if anyone's got any jokes. But I don't think I will ask after all. Just in case Clive Stride decides to pipe up. His jokes are terrible. John Heaton asking for jokes. John Heaton says, yeah, your treadmill maintenance procedures, they're a joke. But they're non-existent. John, my treadmill maintenance procedures are not a joke. They are just non-existent. Yeah, exactly. That is a joke, isn't it? Yeah, and Adam says, Clive Stride's jokes are a bit robotic, I know. Right, Clive says... He says, if it's not broke, don't fix it. But it is broke. It is broke. I need to fix it. I need to do something. Oh dear. Right. You know how we always think of dogs and cats as two different kinds of beings? Like, cats keep themselves to themselves. They don't give a toss about you. Whereas dogs are full of love and they jump up at you and they're so excited when you come home. And they show you loads of affection. Teeny Beard says, I can't believe it. Both my dogs completely ignored me when I got home. I'm gutted. Maybe they just didn't think you'd been gone that long. Maybe they didn't notice. No, they don't. Amy, your cats don't love you. They just don't. They don't care. They do not care at all. Hasn't it been proven? As well, wasn't there some research done or something? Right, Amy's convinced. Yes, they do, she says. They do love me, they do care about me, and they miss me when I'm gone. Sebastian says, was Tina away? I think she just went on holiday for a few days, Seb. Spa break. My son's been eating tin foil. All he does now is sheet steel. I think I know what that's supposed to mean. Right, and Tina says, I got a cuddle from my cat. A cuddle from your cat, but your dog's ignored you. Your house is topsy-turvy. Trev Wilson says, my cat hates everyone. Clive Finnemore comes in from left field with my dove loves me. Yes, Clive has a dove, as well as a turtle and a duck and a parrot. No, I didn't get it. I didn't get the joke about tinfoil. I think it's... Right, I'm at the risk of sounding rude. Does it mean shit's steel? He's been eating tin foil, and all he does now is shit. Is he shitting steel? Is that right? Or am I just a bit thick? Ah, yes, Paul Hayward. Was it dinner time, Tina? That's when your cat loves you, isn't it? That's when your cat loves you, when there's dinner to be had. Yes, yeah, I think I got it. I think I did get it then. I just wasn't entirely sure. Jonathan Cost. We have 2 Siamese cats, and I can confirm they don't give a crap about us. But that's why we love them. Yeah, cats are much easier pets to look after, aren't they? They just deal with themselves. If they're hungry, they'll go and catch a rodent outside, or a wandering duck from the local pond. Many years ago, I used to have cats, and one of them, one day, because we did live near a lake, and one of the cats went over to the lake, caught a duck, and brought it in through the cat flap, alive, as a present for us. Sat down very proud, placed this little duck on the floor in front of us. The duck got up and was flapping around. Very proud of itself it was. That does surprise me. Clive doesn't have a cat. There are too many birds in the house. Yeah, but see, Clive, I would have thought the atmosphere you create in your house would be one of calm, where the cats don't care about the birds and they all get on happily. Right, are you describing Lucy as a cat or a bird, Clive? 3 dogs in this house, says Adam. And Marcus has 3 dogs as... 1 dog. Paul Hayward, no cats. We haven't got any cats or any dogs. We've got 1 hamster. 1 hamster here. Steve Smith has 2 dogs. Paul Hayward, no dogs. John Hepplewhite, 2 cats, but would trade for a dog. Okay, now are we the Facebook marketplace of pets now? He does scurry everywhere. He also does a good curry. Not the hamster, Victoria. Victoria does a good curry. Trev Wilson has 3 dogs and they can earn their keep, and 1 cat who freeloads. 3 dogs who earn their keep and 1 cat who freeloads. Well, there you go. Exactly my point. Hamster curry. it's definitely an option when the time comes. Debbie Colville wants a dog, apparently. What kind of dog would she go for? Right, Carol Rushworth is saying we should call this the Cousin's Pet Swap Shop. Film my run animal giveaway. Animal swap shop is about right, isn't it? Buttered hamster. Hot dog and chips, says Paul Hayward. Right, Clive Finnemore's dogs have laid an egg, and there is about to be, they laid an egg, and there's going to be a baby dove from the dogs. I don't know how that works, but dogs laying eggs and hamster curry. Full stop. This is the level, guys. Full stop. Step it up. I mean, you know, we've sunk low now, haven't we? Dogs laying eggs and hamster curry. That's the best we can do. Chris ate hamster in Peru, apparently. Chris has eaten hamster poo? Question mark. Marcus says Zwift should kick us off the platform for this. Oh wow, that's interesting. If you shine a light through the dove's eggs, you can see the development of the doves. That's amazing. Ew, oh my goodness, John Heaton. Is that real? Is that true? I have eaten roasted caterpillar in Beijing. Yeah, I ate roasted caterpillar in Beijing. They also had roasted scorpion, but I didn't go for it. Oh yeah, crocodile, yes! Yes, I had a crocodile burger in Kenya! Exclamation mark. I remember that was years ago. Crocodile burger. We went to a crocodile farm, and crocodile burger in Kenya. I had horse in IKEA. Yes, but they didn't tell you it was horse, though. Bring me some food and make it snappy. Sebastian had insects in Thailand. Very good for you, insects, aren't they? Carol's feeling sick. Insects are supposed to be loaded with protein. Clive Finnimore has had frog's legs and snails in Guadeloupe. Clive Finnimore is now hungry. What, hungry for insects? What can we tempt you with, Clive? Insects? Frogs? Hamster? Duck? Caterpillar? Actually, duck is the best option there, isn't it? He's got some, Clive's got some mealworm, that'll do you. Oh yeah, I forgot you've got a bearded dragon as well. Steve Smith says, anyone like Marmite on Caterpillar? Tina says, thank God I've had fish for dinner. Wow, it's getting warm in here. I think I'm going to have to open the door in a sec. I tell you what, let's leave it till we get to 5k. So I can really sweat it out and then I'll open the door. Trev, yes, Clive is Dr. Dolittle. I don't know if you ever saw any of the video 5Ks that we did. But maybe if you can search for them on YouTube, go back and have a look at some of the video 5Ks and scroll to the end where Clive shows everyone his menagerie of pets, menagerie of animals that he's got in his house. It is madness. 4 kilometers done. And my heart rate is 129, 130, so you can tell it's warm in here because at this speed my heart rate should not be way up there. Although I am talking a lot as well. Anyway, 1 more kilometre and then I'm going to open the shed doors. A heart rate of 126 for Clive. Sebastian's got salad and falafel balls tonight for his dinner. I think I've got pasta tonight. I've got to cook it myself though, because Victoria's out. What's going on there? I actually have to cook dinner myself. I mean, the only reason I got married was so I wouldn't have to cook dinner myself. What's going on? That isn't the only reason, by the way. That isn't the only reason. What's 14 minutes, Clive? Somebody's made carbonara. Heart rate of 116 for Sebastian. Oh, add pasta to boiling water. 14 minutes? Well, that's a long time. Right, Marcus and Adam are halfway now, so they're 800 metres ahead of us. Jonathan is making chili, hence Carol is running with us. Nice job. Bob DeBoer says, why did I not see this run in the event list? Because it was made in the Make Humanity Great Again club. So only people in the MHG club would have seen it. Clive did post on Zwift Runners with the link, but it doesn't appear in the public calendar. So if you are a member of a group, a member of a running club like FMR, PAC, ZLDR and MHG, any runs that are created by the owner of that group will be visible to you in the companion app. If you're not in that running club, then that run will not appear in the calendar. But run club owners can create a link, a public link, to invite other people who are not in the club, and you can click on that link and then you can join the run. So Clive posted one of those links in the Zwift Runners page earlier on, but it was a bit late. I don't think we decided until a couple of hours before. Steve Smith has Mexican beef tonight. Right, Jonathan Cost is suggesting something. Heinz Beans Burgers. Heinz Beans Burgers. Apparently they do very well on the Yucca app. Haven't heard about Yucca for ages. Victoria does still use it occasionally. Yeah, have you anyone not heard of Yucca before? Not a Yucca plant, but the app Yucca, which rates your food. So you scan the barcode of the food in, and it'll tell you whether it's a good or a bad thing to eat. However, it does rank Bombay hot pot noodle quite highly, so make of that what you will. I am absolutely baking in here. John Heaton says, Yucca struggles with the potatoes I pulled out of the garden. Well, yes. Do the potatoes from your garden have a barcode on? Question mark. Yes, I am cooking myself tonight. Yes, and I'm not happy about it. Actually, I could just do pot noodle for myself tonight, couldn't I? Oh, Carol uses Yucca every week. Nice one. Tina B says, who's feeding the kids? I have already fed the kids. They just wanted pasta. So I've done pasta for the kids. They're happy. Well, I don't know if they're happy, but they've eaten anyway. How many calories in a typical pot noodle? I don't know, but somebody can look it up. Jonathan can look it up while he's cooking the dinner. I haven't got my phone with me. Come on, Jonathan. Bombay hot. I'm sure you've got a Bombay hot pot noodle in the cupboard, in the pantry. Go and tell us how many calories in your average pot noodle. Oh yes, Clive says standard sized or king size pot noodle. I think we would always go for king size, wouldn't we? What's the point in a standard pot noodle when you can have a king size one? That's what we said when we bought our bed as well, Victoria and I. What's the point in having a standard size bed when you can have a king size bed? We have to email each other from each side of the bed. We're that far away from each other. Right, Paul Hayward is getting 600 calories. Carol Rushworth says, no pot noodles in my pantry. Is that a euphemism, Carol? No pot noodles in my pantry is the latest Carry On film. Oh, pantry, not country. For goodness sake. Right, Tina Beard has come to the rescue. 436 calories in a Bombay Bad Boy pot noodle. Oh, now hang on a minute though. Jonathan says 143 kilocalories. What's the difference? What's the difference between a kcal and just a standard calorie count? Oh, that confused me as well, because that had 500 and something. Well, this is true, Clive. I do quite often use the SETI. Right, Bombay Bad Boy comes out at 66 out of 100 on Yucca. And on Yucca, apparently, according to Yucca, 143 kcals. But Tina Beard has looked it up and she thinks it's 436. That's quite a big difference. I was going to open the door. Marcus is now sorry he asked. Well, I'm not surprised. You should be, Marcus. This has caused all sorts of trouble. The science of pot noodle. Now, you see, who says that Victoria's more entertaining than me on my own? Eh? Come on, we're having a great time here, and we're talking about food. What better subject could there be than food? I mean, we are, admittedly, we've been talking about eating insects and hamster poo, but Victoria's got to go a long way to beat this. Enlightenment. Ah. I bet it's like watching the animals in the zoo, Marcus, isn't it? Question mark? Exactly. Mankind is doomed if this is what we're dealing with. Dude, mankind is dude. I am sweating like a pig. Right, I did say I was going to open the doors at 5k to go, but let's leave it till 4k to go. Amy's had to go to the loo. Mankind is dude. Oh, I thought you were going to the loo. I thought Amy was going to the toilet, but she's just laughing. Oh dear. Most of the humour on these runs is just from mistakes in voice to text, isn't it? Can I survive another kilometre in this heat? Hey, I've been doing loads of maths this afternoon. I've been calculating stride lengths and distances to the metre. Right, I am going to open the door now. Mistakes are fun, Carol. Unless they land you in prison. Carol reckons mistakes are fun. I think it depends what kind of mistake. Yes, the door is wet because I've been sweating so much. That's basically all my sweat on the window there. Right, Jonathan Cost has set up a straw poll. He says, if I set up a GoFundMe page, aircon for cousins, who would contribute? Don't ask them that. Right, Tina would chip in £1, or a quid, as she calls it in her lowbrow language. Tina, come on. We're not in Essex now. Nobody is going to contribute anything to an aircon for cousins fund when I can just open the door. It's all good heat training for my Trans Gran Canaria run anyway next week. Right, Amy would contribute apparently. Right, that's two people that's £2 you've got, Jonathan, so far. Right, £3.34 now, because Steve Smith's going to give you £1.34. So we've got £3.34 towards an air conditioning system for the shed quarters. By the way, I hope you're all aware that... Oh, hang on a minute. That's not right. No, oh, come on. Where are we? Where are we? Anyway, that sign there, behind, look, this one here, that was bought for me by Jonathan. Right, Sebastian is giving $2.30, or is that €2.30? See, yeah, I can do maths. I just added up there, didn't I? Yeah, that's almost £5 in UK sterling. So if you just put in the other 800 quid, I think we'll be fine. Oh no, I'm multifaceted, Clive. I can do miles and kilometres. I can also do pounds, pence, euros, dollars and cents. Oh, no. Right, Sarah's missed out as well. Sorry, Sarah. Right, Sarah's just joined the stream. This wasn't in my events list. No, partly, Sarah, because it was very last minute. Clive and I had a little discussion a couple of hours ago And we said there was nothing particularly exciting in the schedule, so we'd just do a social run. Clive set it up, but it's in the MHG club, and yeah, so if you're not in the MHG club, it wouldn't be in your feed, it wouldn't be in your companion app. There is a link on the Zwift Runners Facebook page, but again, you may not have seen that in time. Apologies. I suppose, Clive, maybe if it had been done as a meet-up, we could have invited everyone, couldn't we? But there we are, never mind. Yeah, we'll try and give more notice next time, says Clive. I think Leo's finished. Well done, Leo. Oh, yes, he has. So Leo's finished the 10k. Trev Wilson is going to donate 5 shekels to the Aircon for Cousins GoFundMe page. Sarah, you've missed out on all the discussion about food. I think we've moved on from food. But we were talking about eating hamsters, eating hamster poo, eating insects, caterpillars, crocodiles. Sarah Jacobson says, I don't even know how clubs work. To be honest with you, I own a club and I don't even know how it works. So Marcus also said, Sarah, I don't either. He doesn't know about clubs either. You know, clubs is very new really, and it's still not kind of fully operational. But there are running clubs that you can join. Film My Run, FMR is one of them. MHG is another. Hack is another. And ZLDR is another. And in your Zwift companion app, you should have a tab that says clubs. But I think you still have to be invited to join a club. Right, Clive Finnemore has just sent Sarah a request, an invite to join the MHG club. So there you go. Right, Sarah says I'm vegetarian, so none of that applies to me. Did we talk about any vegetarian food? Right, hang on a minute. Is hamster poo, is that vegetarian? Hamster poo. How is hamster poo classified? Because it isn't an animal. I suppose it comes from an animal. 3 kilometres to go. Should I send Tina an invite as well? I think I've already sent Sarah. I'm sure I've already sent Sarah an invite to join FMR. Right, Adam Koffler says it depends what they eat. I suppose it does, yes. Well, I think hamsters are vegetarian. Hamsters only eat... They don't eat meat. Sarah Jacobson is already a member of FMR. You are, yes, Sarah has just realised she is already a member of FMR and now MHG as well. Good stuff. Right, just to let you know my current situation regarding sweat and temperature. So I was absolutely boiling hot and sweating horrendously. Now I've opened the doors, all the sweat that is soaking my top has now gone freezing cold, and I feel horrible. Tina Beard is off for dinner. Thanks for all the fun, she says. Thanks, Tina. Take care. See you soon. Apparently Heinz Beans Burgers are vegetarian, and we did talk about them earlier. So yes, that counts. But we're still no further on deciding whether hamster poo, hamster feces is vegetarian or not. Given that, I think hamsters are vegetarian. But you see, right, Depends if you're vegetarian or vegan, because cows are vegetarian, aren't they? But we drink cow's milk, so you can be vegetarian and drink cow's milk, but you couldn't be vegan and drink cow's milk. So I think it probably comes under the same banner as that. So if you're a vegetarian, you can eat hamster poo. It's okay. Don't worry if you've eaten hamster poo before and you're worried that means you're not vegetarian. Don't worry, you're okay. It's fine. You can carry on eating hamster poo. But if you're vegan, then it is an issue. Hamster poo with Marmite on it. Very nice, but that would definitely also be vegetarian, not vegan. Oh my god! Right, Sarah has just blown everything out of the water here. She says, hamsters are crazy. When I was a child, we had 2. And one of my hamsters ate the other hamster. Yes, John, just tell the kids it's fine. Carry on eating the hamster poo, it's alright. Although, if we bear in mind what Sarah has said, you see, I think, doesn't it depend what kind of hamster? Because we were told that our hamster, I think it's a Siberian one, it shouldn't be in the same cage as another Siberian hamster, because they do that to each other. So maybe you had 2 Siberian hamsters and they shouldn't, when you were younger and nobody realised at the time that they shouldn't have been in the same cage together. Silence of the hamster. Random thought from Marcus. He says the hamster poo eating part of the internet is going to find this video and your subscriptions are going to explode. Well, we can only hope so, Marcus, we can only hope. I, for one, would gladly welcome all hamster poo eating societies and organisations from around the internet to come together as one on Zwift and subscribe to the Zwift Run Live YouTube channel. If enough hamster poo eating internet organisations do join, we will consider renaming the channel Zwift Hamster Poo Live. Or Zwift Hamster Poo Eating Live. Something. Trev Wilson. Trev, I don't understand that sentence and I don't think I want to. He says, hamsters didn't do any good for Freddie Starr. I'm not even sure I should have read that out, Trev. I don't know the reference. I don't think I want to. Freddie Starr, not on the top of my list of celebrities to follow, I have to say. 2 kilometres to go. I can't believe we've spent 8 kilometres talking about hamster poo. Zwift will be big in Peru, says Chris. Big in Japan? Question mark. That's going back a bit, says John Heaton. Somebody else says I shouldn't look that up. Okay, I won't. Marcus says he's pretty sure this video is going to be censored in several countries and banned in some others. Right, apparently hamsters are a delicacy in Peru. Is that correct, Chris? Jonathan Cost says, come on, Stephen, it was a famous Sun headline. Yes, but Jonathan, as you well know, I am a Liverpool supporter, and we do not read The Sun. I'm also left-wing, so again, we do not read The Sun. I'm not interested in all these celebrity people. Marcus, I'm sure you're probably aware, but The Sun is a red-top tabloid newspaper. I'm sure you've heard of the British tabloids. It is one of the worst. Well, certainly now that News of the World has bitten the dust. Daily Star. Is that still a newspaper, the Daily Star? Right, Trev Wilson says we haven't even mentioned guinea pigs. Steve Smith says, how about chinchilla? I ate chinchilla in Manila. I ate a guinea pig in Equatorial Guinea. I didn't, by the way, just, 1 mile left of our social ridiculous run this evening. Well, it has been lovely, as always. I am looking forward to the subject matters that we discuss over dinner in real life at the Paris Marathon. Do you think we are likely to be kicked out of every restaurant? Question mark. Well, I guess so. We would be in the right place for frogs, legs and snails, wouldn't we? By the way, isn't Makuri Islands looking lovely tonight? I'll tell you one thing, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have been allowed to have this conversation if Victoria was running next to me. I'd have been told off a long time ago. You will notice I am generally a lot better behaved when Victoria is running next to me. Every time I say anything even vaguely risque, I get an evil look from my wife. And she quite often tells me off later on. I have considered reporting domestic abuse to social services, but I'm too frightened. Send help. What do you mean? Which night on the sofa? Every night is on the sofa, Steve. I barely get off the sofa these days. Well done, and thank you to anyone who is finishing in 1 hour. Good job, see you soon. Hashtag bed settee for Stephen. Actually, no, the sofa's comfy. That's fine. And we do actually have a spare bed in the loft. I mean, in like the loft room. It's not a very posh loft room. It's a loft room that was converted in the 60s, so it's not exactly luxurious. But it is a room in the loft with a bed in. So, you know, if it's needed, it can be used. 1 kilometre to go. No, I do not have a king-sized sofa, Paul, you're right. Right, I'm going to secretly speed up and run past you all and win the race. But I'm not going to tell anyone that it's happening. I'm just going to do it quietly. Nobody's going to notice. Here I come, look. Look. Speeding up, but don't tell anybody. Don't tell anyone. Trev Wilson. Just passing Trev Wilson. No idea. Steve Smith, no idea. They don't know, they can't see me coming. Look. Carol bites the dust. Sebastian bites the dust. John Heaton just ahead. John Heaton bites the dust. Away he goes. 800 metres to go. He's going to win the race, lift the trophy, and be the glorious victor of the, well, you know, some run that we did on a Wednesday night. Come on, you layabouts. Come on, I bet you can't beat me. I bet you can't beat me to the line. 700 metres to go. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. You can't catch me. I'm gonna win. Mind you, I'm not gonna catch Amy. Amy's 34 seconds ahead. Oh, for goodness sake. Beaten by a girl again. Sarah says, I feel like they're gonna catch on. Why? I've not said anything to them. They're completely oblivious, Sarah. Carol's telling Sarah off, you dobber. Do they have the word dobber in America, meaning telltale, snitch? Dobber in British, in English, means you snitch. I don't know why I've done this. I feel bad. I'm becoming racked with guilt now. I took everybody by surprise, and I went for it like a crazy man, and now my heart rate's going to go through the roof. And it's a little bit further to the finish than I had anticipated. There's another 500 metres to go. I don't think I can keep this up. Hang on a minute. Now, Carol's trying to catch up. Oh my God, no. Oh God, I'm going to be beaten by another woman. Amy's going to beat me. Carol's going to beat me. Damn it. A narc. Okay. So Americans don't have the word dobber, Carol. Oh, Carol's gone. She's gone. I can't catch Carol now. That's ridiculous. Boom, says Carol. "300 metres. Very enjoyable. Really enjoyed that, guys. Thank you very much. Even if I was beaten by Amy and Carol. Oh, apparently Dobber was aimed. What? How can I dob on myself? Oh, dear. John Heaton says, hi everybody, thanks for the entertainment. Oh, thanks for the fun. Amy's finished. Well done, Amy. Carol's just about to finish. Clive says, see you next time. Trev, thanks, Steve. No worries. I didn't do anything. Carol's finished. Here we go. 80 metres left. Well done, guys. Super work. Thanks for setting it up, Clive. Yes. Thanks, Clive. And there we go. All done. Thank you, everyone. Really enjoyed that. Amy says, well done, everyone. Carol says, thanks all. Jonathan is going to run in a minute. If anybody wants to join Jonathan Costy's going to jump on soon. Are you not going to sit down and eat dinner with Carol? I thought you just cooked dinner. Steve Smith says, great running, everyone. Off for some Mexican hamster. Oh, dear. Is that a euphemism as well? Mexican. I'm off for some Mexican hamster, if you know what I mean. Oh dear. Right, thank you very much. Spare a thought for Victoria, out in the cold and dark, running another half marathon tonight. So she is really putting in the work, isn't she, for her Paris marathon? Yeah, she's done. She did 85k last week. She's supposed to do about 85k again this week. So yeah, another half marathon tonight. Oh, okay. Jonathan says the dinner has been prepared. It's now in the oven for 2 hours. So yeah, you can do an hour and a half's run, go and get showered, and then sit down for dinner. Okay. Thanks, Carol. Right, I'm off. Take care, everybody. Thank you very much for joining. Thanks for the hilarious chat. As always, you guys are a bunch of lunatics. And see you tomorrow. Film my Run 500 in the morning. And then bag that badge in the evening. If you haven't got any of the or some of the badges, the Run Route badges, come and join us tomorrow for Bag That Badge. And I'll see you then. Take care, everyone. Thanks for joining, and thanks again for watching on Facebook, YouTube and Twitch. Take care. Bye-bye.